Muammar Gaddafi story. How and why was he killed? Muammar Gaddafi is the former president of Libya. He is considered as one of the greatest leaders in Africa. He inspired many African youths. He is an African hero. Recently, is authority, and you know more about him, his real life, military career, wife, children, political career, presidents, achievement, how and why was he killed, legacy in Africa. Don't forget to make a subscribe, like, share, and comment. His complete name is Muhammad al-Gaddafi. He was born on 7 June in 1942 in Kaz Abu Hadi in Libya. He was a Libyan president and revolutionary leader for 42 years, from 1969 to 2011. Muammar Gaddafi was born in Sirte in the desert of Tripolitania, Italy and western Libya. His family came from a small, relatively uninfluential tribe called the Gaddafi, who were Arab in heritage. His father was Muhammad Abdul Salam bin Hamad bin Muhammad, who was known as Abu Minyor. The latter earned a managed subsistence as a goat and a colonel header, and his mother was Aisha bin Nilam. Like other contemporary nomadic Bedouin tribes, the family of Gaddafi were illiterate and did not keep any birth records. The birthday of Muammar Gaddafi is not exactly known, with certain sources, and the sources have set it in 1942 or the spring of 1943. Gaddafi was the only son in the family. He had 3 older sisters. From childhood, Gaddafi was aware of the involvement of European colonial powers in Libya. Libya was colonized by Italy before getting independence in 1951, and created the United Kingdom of Libya, a federal state under the leadership of a pro-Western monarch, King Idris, who banned the political parties and centralized power on his own hands. Education. Gaddafi's earliest education was a religious nature, imparted by a local Islamic teacher. Subsequently moved to nearby Sirte to attend elementary school. He progressed 6th grade in 4 years. Education in Libya was not for free, but his father thought it would greatly benefit his son despite the financial strain. During the week, Gaddafi slept in a mosque and only at weekends and holiday worked 10 miles 32 kilometers to visit his parents. Even though Gaddafi's father was not educated, he made a great sacrifice to send Gaddafi to school. As an impoverished Bedouins, he faced the bullying and discrimination from his city-dwelling classmates. From Sirte, Gaddafi and his family moved to the market town of Sabha in Fezzan, south-central Libya, where the father of Gaddafi worked as a caretaker for a tribal leader, while Muammar Gaddafi attended the secondary school. Gaddafi was popular at this school. Some friends made there received significant job in his later administration. Many teachers at Sabha were Egyptian, and for the first time, Gaddafi had access to Pan-Arab newspaper and radio broadcasts, especially Cairo-based The Voice of Arab. Growing up, Gaddafi witnessed the significant event severely disturbed the Arab world, including the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the Egyptian Revolution of 1952, the Suez Crisis of 1956, and the short-lived existence of the United Arab Republic (UAR) between 1958 and 1961. Gaddafi was influenced by Gamal Abdel Nasser's book titled Philosophy of the Revolution. Gaddafi organized demonstrations and distributed posters criticizing the monarchy. In October 1961, Gaddafi led a demonstration protesting against Syria's secession from the UAR and raised the fund to send cable of support Gamal Abdel Nasser, Egypt president. 20 students were arrested as a result of the disorder. Gaddafi and his companion also broke windows in a local hotel that was accused of serving alcohols. In order to punish Gaddafi, the authorities expelled him and his family from Sabha. Gaddafi moved to Misrata there and attending Misrata Secondary School. Gaddafi training, military training. Gaddafi briefly studied history at the University of Libya in Benghazi before dropping out to join the military. Despite his police record in 1963, he began training at the Royal Military Academy in Benghazi alongside several like-minded friends from Misrata. With a group of loyal cadres, in 1964, Gaddafi established the Central Committee of the Free Officers Movement Revolution Group, GRAP. Muammar Gaddafi graduated in August 1965. After graduation, he became a communication officer in the Army's Signal Corps. In April 1966, Gaddafi was assigned to the United Kingdom. The further training over 9 months he underwent an English language course at the Wheaton Park in Beaconsfield, Buckinghamshire, in Army Air Corps Signal Instructor course in Bovington Camps. 1969 Military Cup. On the 1st September 1969, Gaddafi and other officers overthrew the monarchy led by King Idris. They accused monarchy of regional division and tribal division after the tribal division and the corruption. After the military coup, Gaddafi announced the foundation of Libya Arab Republic to replace monarchical government. Gaddafi and these officers proclaimed themselves the Revolutionary Command Council (RCC). Gaddafi proclaimed the revolution meant freedom, socialism, and unity. Gaddafi had a rank of lieutenant in that time, but after the coup, he was appointed himself to the rank of colonel and they became commander-in-chief. Gaddafi moved the administrative capital from Al-Baida to Tripoli. Gaddafi began a program of nationalization of all many sectors, especially petrol. After nationalization of petrol, the GDP, gross domestic product, had been $3.8 billion in 1969 to $24.5 billion in 1979. Foreign relations. Gaddafi was influenced by Gamal Abdel Nasser, president of Egypt. After the coup, representative of 4 powers in the world: France, United Kingdom, United States of America, and the Soviet Union, were called to meet Gaddafi, a new leader of Libya, in June 1973. Gaddafi created the political ideology as a basis for the popular revolution. He rejected the capitalism and claimed Marxist-Leninist atheism. There's a free world theory developed by China's iconic leader Mao Zedong. Gaddafi praised nationalism as a progressive manner to develop the country, and the Green Book, a legendary book, was published. On March 2, 1977, Gaddafi dissolved the Libyan Arab Republic. It was replaced by the Great Socialist People's Libya's Arab Jamahiriya, means a state of the mass. A new all-green banner was adopted as the country's flag. Conflict between United States of America and its area, 1981 to 1986. The relation of Gaddafi and many countries were deteriorated, like Chad, Ghana, Burkina Faso, and many Western countries. They accused Gaddafi of supporting groups of rebels and groups of terrorism. In Operation El Dorado Canyon, orchestrated on April 15, 1986, United States military planes launched the airstrike, bombing military installation in Libya. One target had been Gaddafi's home. 2 of Gaddafi's sons were injured, and Gaddafi claimed that his adoptive daughter Hannah was killed. Pan-Africanism, 1999 to 2011. Gaddafi adopted Pan-Africanism by emphasizing Libya's Africa's identity. In July 2002, Gaddafi became one of the founders of the African Union, AU, initiated to replace the AU Organization of African Unity in July 2005. At the third AU summit held in Tripoli, Libya, Gaddafi called for the greater integration, advocating a single AU passport, common defense system, and a single currency using the slogan United States of Africa. His proposal for African Union state was a project conceived by Kwame Nkrumah, a hero of Ghana in 1960 years. In March 2008, in Uganda, Gaddafi gave a speech once again urging Africa to reject foreign aid. In 2009, Gaddafi was elected as the chairperson of the African Union position. He retained 1 year till 2010. Economic reform. Libya's economy witnessed the increasing privatization, which encouraged the private investment in Libya's economy. Agriculture was also prioritized, with farms remaining cooperatives, and the Agriculture Bank of Libya was inaugurated. Gaddafi's regime developed Libya economically. People of Libya were well lived. Many things were for free. Many Libyans praised him. Libya's civil war and death, origin and the development. After the start of the Arab uprising in 2011, which overthrew the regime of Zine El Abidine Ben Ali, the president of Tunisia, and the Hosni Mubarak, the president of Libya in that years. The president of Hosni Mubarak, the president of Egypt in that years, in February 2011. On 17 February 2011, major protests broke out against Gaddafi's government. Gaddafi accused the protesters for being drugged and linked to Al-Qaeda of late Osama bin Laden, proclaimed that Gaddafi proclaimed that he would die as a martyr than leave Libya. The army opened the fires on protesters in Benghazi. The protesters became the rebel. Their presence spread quickly by the February's, and eastern cities such as Benghazi, Misrata, Al-Baida, and Tobruk were controlled by the rebel. This rebellion was named the National Transition Council, NTC. In March 2011, the Security Council declared no-fly zone to protect the civilian population from aerial bombardment. In April 2011, NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, entered in the war to support labor. This Western intervention was criticized by various leftist governments in the world and in Africa. In July 2011, over 30 governments in the world recognized the NTC as the legitimate government of Libya, but there was also many countries where still recognized Gaddafi's government and the Gaddafi president of Libya. In August 2011, the rebel of NTC, National Transition Council, seized the Tripoli and Zritan and ended the last vestige of Gaddafi's powers. It said that without NATO airstrikes, the rebel would not have been able to seize Tripoli. In August, the youngest son of Gaddafi, Kamis Gaddafi, was killed by NATO airstrike. Capture and killing. After the fall of Tripoli, only a few towns in western Libya, such as Banu Walid and Sirte, remained the Gaddafi's stronghold. Gaddafi returned to his hometown, Sirte, where he met with his son Muammar Gaddafi and intelligence chief Abdallah al-Sanusi. On 22 September, Sebha was captured by the rebel. Surrounding himself with bodyguard and a small entourage, including his son Muammar Gaddafi, Gaddafi continually changed the residence to escape NATO and NTC, sharing, devoting his days to prayer and reading the Quran. At around 8:30 a.m. on 20 October 2011, NATO bombers attacked, destroying at least 14 vehicles and killing at least 53 people. The convoy scattered and Gaddafi and those closest closest to him fled to a near villa which was shared by rebel militia from Misrata. Flying to a construction site, Gaddafi and his inner cohort he hid inside drainage pipes while his bodyguard battled the rebels. In the conflict, Gaddafi suffered head injuries from a grenade blast while Jabri was killed. The Misrata militia took Gaddafi prisoner, causing serious injuries. As they tried to apprehend him, the events were filmed on a mobile phone. Pulled into a front of pig truck, he fell as it drove away. His semi-naked body was then pressed into an ambulance and taken to Misrata. Upon arrival, he was found to be dead. How Gaddafi died? Official NTC National Transition Council account claimed that Gaddafi was caught in a crossfire and died from bullet wounds. Other eyewitnesses account claimed that the rebel had fatally shot Gaddafi in the stomach. His corpse was placed in the freezer of a local market alongside the corpse of Yunus Jabri and his son Muammar Gaddafi. Bodies were publicly displayed for 4 days, with Libyans from all over the country coming to view them. On Tuesday, 25 2011. On Tuesday, October 2011, the National Transition Council (NTC) announced that Gaddafi had been buried at an unidentified location in the desert of Libya. Gaddafi's personal life. Gaddafi was a devout Muslim. Gaddafi married his first wife, Fatia al-Nouri, in 1969. They had one son, Muammar Gaddafi, who was born in 1970. But Muammar Gaddafi and his first wife divorced in 1970 that year. In 1971, Gaddafi married Safia Farikashi, who met with him after Gaddafi's accession to power. The couple remained married until his death in October 2011. Together they had 7 biological children. Saif al-Islam Gaddafi, born in 1972, and he was assassinated on February 3rd, 2026. Al-Assad Gaddafi, born in 1973. Muammar Gaddafi, born in 1974 and died in 2011. Anibal Gaddafi, who was born in 1975. Aisha Gaddafi was born in 1976. Saif al-Arab Gaddafi, born in 1982 and died in 2011. Kamis Gaddafi, born in 1983 and died in 2011. Gaddafi has also adopted 2 children. Hannah Gaddafi was killed in 1986 and Murad Gaddafi. Two of the 7 children of Gaddafi were died during the Libya's war, but the four children are still alive because Saif al-Islam Gaddafi was killed on 3rd February 2026. Why Gaddafi was killed? Many Africans accuse Western countries to have eliminated Gaddafi by provoking 2011 uprising. Gaddafi had an idea of creating African currency and the United States of Africa, but Western countries accused Gaddafi to be dictators. Gaddafi's legacy. Supporters praised Gaddafi's administration for the creation of more equal society from the domestic reforms. They stressed the regime's achievement in combating homelessness, ensuring to access to food and safe drinking water, and the free education, and he was also applauded to his achievement in medical care, the universal free health care provided under the Gaddafi administration, with diseases like cholera and typhoid being contained and the life expectancy raised. Gaddafi helped many African countries financially. He was built many mosques in many African countries. Gaddafi also helped many African countries to change regime, especially ANC, African National Congress, to fight against apartheid in South Africa. Gaddafi is considered as an African hero who fight against the Western countries. After Gaddafi's death, Libya is divided and characterized by insecurity caused by many global graphs, which plus you rank Gaddafi in the African heroes. Tell us in the comment. Thank you for listening, and God bless you. Don't forget to make a subscribe, like, share, and comment.